Since as early as the 19th century, the Earth's climate has been progressively changing. It is all due to climate change. Climate change is the rise in the average global temperature due to an increase in the concentration of atmospheric greenhouse gases, resulting in numerous climatic shifts and impacts around the globe. Impacts from this warming have already been observed. Its effects with rising seas, catastrophic wildfires, and water shortages. These challenges are not only having a dramatic impact on diverse ecosystems, but also on wildlife that call these places home. Therefore, to get a better understanding of how much attention this issue has received, we decided to ask our participants, what is climate change? What are the effects of climate change on wildlife species? And what are you going to do to remedy this situation? What is climate change?
According to me, climate change is like the change of the temperatures and the weather patterns over a long period of time. It can either heat up or like get colder depending on the era.
It's pollution, just climate changing very drastically, very quickly.
How do you think climate change affects animals, and why do you think this is the cause?
Okay, so it's affecting the animals because they're used to this kind of environment over like hundreds of years, and so the fact that the climate change is like heating up their spots is killing the environments that are used to a certain type of temperature, like the coral reefs, for example. They're dying because it's too warm for them, and so that's removing the habitat.
I think climate change affects animals in a very negative way. It destroys their homes, it changes the populations and animals also.
Okay, so I think climate change affects animal life, like polar bears, because the ice is like melting, and the animals like they can't adapt to that so quickly.
Change that I can do for climate change would be focusing more on renewable stuff, so solar energy, wind energy, those alternatives. Try to reduce the usage of industry products because those release carbon dioxide, and so I would try to, like, by reducing my waste and using more renewable stuff, I'm like advocating for the reduction of production and therefore emissions.
I can do my part is spread awareness.
How I plan on changing it was becoming a vegan.
There's an urgent need to address climate change, as climate change scientists now say that we have a decade or less to begin reducing greenhouse gas emissions to avoid catastrophic changes to the planet. By advancing policies to fight climate change, engaging with businesses to reduce carbon emissions, and helping people and nature adapt to climate change, you can help make a difference in the lives of all animals. Also by switching to energy efficiency and renewable energy, which are the fastest, safest, cleanest, and most effective means of reducing our use of fossil fuels within this diminishing window of time. Energy resources that do not emit new greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. We have already committed ourselves to a certain amount of warming. Quick implementation of these solutions will mitigate the impacts of climate change in the coming decades. Future generations shouldn't just see these animals in history books. We owe it to them to protect these creatures and their habitats.